Dreamlight Valley just got the new Adventureland Treehouse, so it was a perfect opportunity to turn my Sunlight Plateau into a Tarzan-inspired jungle treehouse scene. I will be making this build in the back section of the Sunlight Plateau area, across the river from the Vitality Mines. It has this large lake in the center that will be a perfect centerpiece in front of our treehouse. Before starting the build, here is the list of items I will be using, with a mix of rustic and jungle-inspired decor. As well as the trees and foliage selection that includes Sunlight Plateau native trees and some other foliage from the Eternity Isle. I'm going to start the build from this back corner. And before placing the house, I want to create a jungle backdrop with a tree variation that I found to match the treehouse color scheme. I also like to place smaller foliage in between tree trunks to create this dense-looking jungle backdrop. To continue to the side, I'm using Tropical Waterfall and blending it with some more trees. Then, I'm going to extend the backdrop using the same items to the other edge of the Sunlight Plateau, all the way to the mining node. And I want to add a few trees along the river to block off some of that view to the other side. I want this Tarzan area to feel like it's nested deep in the jungle forest. Next, I want to draw a path, connecting both bridges across the river, and continue the path around the lake, meeting the treehouse entrance. I'm using the sun-baked earthen road path for the base, and later I want to layer some rocks on top to really get that rustic natural look. For the areas that I don't want to blend with the main path, I'm going to use the sun-baked path bordered version. Next, I will be layering a mix of different rocks along the path. These are Sunlit Plateau stone clusters and garden path stones. If you missed it, you could use two different base game stone clusters to add some of that color variation. I just personally think the look of the sun-baked path is a bit too plain for this build. It's missing these chunky stones and jagged edges. In the corner next to the wooden bridge, I want to make the camp, slightly referencing Jane and Professor's camp from the movie. It will only have a couple tents and the storyteller's fire that we got from Pocahontas. I changed the smoke color to yellow to better match the warm colors in the build. Next, I'm going to add some details around the pond. I still want to be able to walk around it, so I decided to use the coconut garland gate that you can get from leveling up Hey Hey. I think it fits this jungle aesthetic very well. And I'm also adding the flowering wood and pale wood fencing around the pond corners. You can still fish over this fence, but I will also leave a couple gaps with the tropical wood floor planks. And I'm adding a couple boats, water reeds, and water lilies to decorate the pond itself. Next, I'm going back to the camp to fill it with some additional items. If you filter items by rustic style, you can find some good ones to use for a jungle theme build. There are two mining nodes here, so I made sure to leave enough open space around them. I'm going to fill some gaps between these tree clusters along the river and add a couple tropical companion homes. I also want to make sure I have enough space for fishing in the river as well. And I had a little empty corner here, so I added an island wooden table and chairs from the Island Getaway bundle. For this area on the side of the treehouse, I want to make a little room decorated with furniture that could have been rescued from the shipwreck. This is inspired by the installations that they had in the Swiss Family Robinson Treehouse attraction. I was actually not familiar with the Disneyland Treehouse history, so I looked it up. And apparently there were 3 versions of this treehouse. The very first one was created based on a Swiss Family Robinson movie. Then it was refurbished as a Tarzan's Treehouse. And finally, the most recent version, the one we got in the premium shop in Dreamlight Valley, is this Adventureland Treehouse that is tied to the Society of Explorers and Adventurers. This overgrown, whimsical treehouse, towering over the lake, fits so well within the rustic look of the Sunlit Plateau biome. When we got this house skin in the premium shop, I was really excited to make this jungle scene inspired by this Disney's animated masterpiece. I'm also using the Neverland Wishing Well skin because the tree stump shape fits this build so well. And I have a couple crafting station tables in this area that would be easy to use after fast traveling right in the middle of this scene. I really like how this treehouse looks during the day, but I think it's absolutely gorgeous during the sunset because of the little lights that looks like fireflies appearing near the top of the tree. The bookish golden pergola I think was also a nice addition to balance off that large tree, and it also looks so cozy as an outdoor library. I used the puff air balloon because it was the better option from all the other balloons that we have in the game, and that glow is really beautiful regardless that it doesn't really fit the theme. Thank you so much for watching till the end. Let me know if you picked up this treehouse and what biome do you think it fits the best. If you liked the video, leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye everyone.